Back here on SportsLine, talking about the Titans and the problems from Sunday in New York against the Jets. But if you think the Titans are a mess right now, look at their next opponent. The Jaguars are 0-4. And today, owner Shad Khan came out and reprimanded head coach Urban Meyer for his actions in what is now a viral video of the coach back in Columbus, Ohio, where he won a national championship with Ohio State, at his own restaurant, mingling, sort of dancing. Judge for yourself watching the video, but being very close with a young woman in the video. The young woman is not his wife and not either of his daughters, and that has certainly drawn the ire of Twitter and all sorts of people. And today, Shad Khan said, look, it was inappropriate. It's not what we expect, and it's not what we want. And Urban Meyer has to re-earn my trust and the trust of the organization moving forward. That comes a day after Meyer apologized to his team for being a distraction and not using proper judgment in that situation. And so you're talking about an 0-4 team with a first-year head coach who's embattled already a month into the job, or a month into his first season. Rookie quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. You know, this is the game that the Titans have to get well. They have to go down there, play well, take care of business, and get back above 500 to 3-2. They just simply have to, and I expect that they will. But, yeah. If there's one team that emerged from this weekend more of a mess than the Titans, and believe me, what the Titans did at Meadowlands or at MetLife Stadium on Sunday was a mess. In how they performed, how they played, how they looked, how they responded after the game, it was simply a mess. But if there's one situation that is messier, it's Jacksonville. Coming off the Thursday night loss, their coach is out partying in Columbus, Ohio, back on a college campus, apparently hanging out with co-eds, and now having to apologize for it the next week. The owner's coming out and making statements, kind of the standard statement of support, which sometimes is the kiss of death, as we all know. But the Jags have issues, and I don't know if they can fix them anytime soon. And so that's why you've got to believe the Titans are a big favorite going down there to Jacksonville on Sunday. Back to the situation at hand in New York, though. The Titans' mess starts with the injuries. So many guys are out. More guys went down on Sunday, but yet you can't make excuses. And that was the subject of my post-game report from MetLife Stadium on Sunday. The Titans came to MetLife Stadium without their top two receivers, one of their best pass rushers, and their Pro Bowl punter. And the list of players sidelined continued to grow as multiple starters left hurt Sunday, adding injury to the insult of an overtime loss against the previously winless Jets.
It's football. I mean, it's obviously tough whenever you lose guys out of that starting lineup, but every team in the league is going to face that at some point. You have to be able to go play consistent football when you do have guys kind of rolling in there.
And a million excuses, they're all going to be valid, but we're not going to use them. We're going to have to understand that how we have to try to play the game based on who's available.
The Titans struggled to make up for the absence of stars A.J. Brown and Julio Jones in their passing game. Meanwhile, former Titan Corey Davis came up big for the Jets with 111 yards receiving and the go-ahead 53-yard touchdown in the fourth quarter.
Feels great. Feels great. I was quiet this week. I just didn't want to, make it any bigger than what it is, because honestly, it was the next game, and it was one that we needed, regardless of if I was there previously or not. And but it definitely feels good, to beat your old team.
It was difficult. I mean, he's not on my team anymore, so I didn't like it at all. But I know he's a good player. He made some plays today.
And John, Mike Vrabel acknowledged the growing injury concern after the game, saying they'll have to check on the status of the guys who got hurt Sunday before the Titans get ready to go back on the road next week to Jacksonville. Vrabel quickly added, though, no one is going to feel sorry for us, so we'll have to make sure we're ready to go.
Here at the Smart Screen with Keith Bullock as we break down some of today's key plays. Keith, we said it earlier in the show, but it doesn't matter if your skilled players play or not. If you can't protect your quarterback, you're going to have a tough time winning. Jets with 7 sacks today.
Absolutely, JB. We knew the Jets were going to bring the heat, but right now they bring a multiple package front. 5-man rush, they get Tannehill down early. They letting them send the message that we're coming after you no matter what. Right here, Jets are thinking field goal, Titans are thinking touchdown, 4-man rush. They beat the O-line, simple 4-man rush. We're coming after you. We're letting you know. That's what this is about. Right now, in overtime, they sent the message early. Another 4-man rush. We're coming after you all game, and the Jets were able to be effective from their front 7 and get after Tannehill, like you said, 7 sacks on the day.
Yeah, Tannehill's going to probably be a little sore tomorrow. But on the other side, the Jets quarterback, the struggling rookie, Zach Wilson, his best game as a pro.
Yeah, I'd rather be talking about our quarterback, but Zach Wilson had a great day. Zach Wilson, you see him get outside to one of our favorites, former favorites, Corey Davis, excuse me. You see, when Zach has the time, he's able to plant his feet and throw. Here's another opportunity when he gets outside the pocket, directs traffic, and makes the throw on the run downfield to Coles for the opportunity to put them in scoring position. And here's one last play in the fourth quarter that puts them in position to take the lead, actually gives them the lead, downfield to former Titan Corey Davis, where you see him directing traffic, JB. And what set that up is early in the game, him getting confidence, setting his feet, being able to know, look, I can make these throws if I get the time. And he improvised on 2 of them we saw. Jets are victorious.
Yeah, Zach Wilson certainly showing why he was the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft.
JB, Keith, thank you very much. Good stuff at the Smart Screen as always. And don't forget, Keith Bullock with us on Sunday nights on the Electric Power Company's Sunday Sports Central. Former Titans linebacker, so successful, had very few days during his career with the Titans where he or the team played the way they did on Sunday against the Jets. He gives us great insight, and you can watch him every Sunday night after the 10 o'clock news. Phone lines are open tonight. 737-7767 is the number, and we go to line 1 and say hello to James. James, what's going on? Welcome to SportsLine.
Thank you. I got 2 questions. You know what is every time we get rid of a player, they go to another team and they wind up hurting us real bad. And then another question is Tannehill. You know, last week he run all good, and this game he could seem like he couldn't run. I mean, he had times. I just don't understand why he couldn't take off and run somewhere. But I'll hang up and let's stop. Thank you.
Yeah, the first one I think is just strictly happenstance, and it doesn't happen all the time. You know, the Titans let Chris Johnson go, and he wasn't the same after he left. Albert Hainsworth left. He wasn't the same after he left. So certainly there are cases of guys going to other places and not coming back to hurt them. But you know, when a guy goes to another place and has a big game, you're going to hear about it. And that was definitely the case Sunday. And it was all the more highlighted by the fact that the reason the Titans were not willing to pay the big cash for Corey Davis in a second contract was the fact that they believed so heavily that A.J. Brown was a bona fide number 1 receiver. And then on top of that, they go out and trade to bring in Julio Jones. And so now you actually feel like you've got an upgrade, that it's Brown and Jones as 2 bona fide number 1 receivers. One of them's definitely going to Canton. The other one's off to a heck of a start to his career. And you feel like that should take your offense to the next level. And then you show up in New Jersey on Sunday afternoon, and neither one of them is there on the team bus getting off and entering in the stadium because they've got bum hamstrings, each of them. And then you look across the way, and there's Corey Davis, the guy that you weren't willing to pay the money for, and he goes out and gets 4 catches for 111 yards, a 53-yard touchdown that put the Jets ahead in the fourth quarter, and he drew a 43-yard pass interference penalty when Dane Cruikshank was all over his back on a deep ball that the Jets attempted. That just highlighted the situation for the Titans and shows that Corey Davis is a really good football player in this league. And when given opportunities, he's going to make plays. And that doesn't mean the Titans made the wrong decision necessarily based off of what they would have had to pay him and the fact that they brought in Julio Jones, but it shows where the expectations are. The expectations when you get rid of a player like Corey Davis is you've got to get better than that. You got to be better. The offense has to make up for it and go to the next level. They believe they've got the players to do it, but they weren't on the field Sunday. And you saw that in the Titans passing game, and you saw what they were missing on the other side of the field. And then when you look at Tannehill, I think it has a lot to do with the play calling on Sunday. You're right. He ran very effectively, had a career high in rushing with 56 yards in the game against the Colts 2 weeks ago. But in that game, they had a bunch of plays set up where he got on the edge. It was a bootleg where they were all run-pass options. None of them were straight design runs for Tannehill, but all of them got him out into the flat with the receiver in front of him where he had the choice to either throw it or run it. And a lot of times he ran it. And he was very, very effective in doing so, especially because of the pressure the Jets were able to get on Sunday. I don't understand why Todd Downing didn't dial up more of those types of plays, because they were getting to him in the pocket. Why not try to move the pocket? Why not give him an option to get outside and run? We just didn't see it Sunday. Yes, maybe he should have taken off a time or two from the pocket, but that's not how the play is designed. You know, when he's passing from the pocket, he's supposed to get rid of the football. Those plays that get you on the edge give you an extra option. And when the offense is struggling the way it did, I don't know why you wouldn't dial that up at some point. And the Titans just simply didn't. And I think that is a worthwhile criticism to lay at the feet of Todd Downing, because Sunday was not his best effort. He was playing with a short deck, there's no question. But he didn't do the best job Sunday of maximizing what he did have and the skill sets that he did have on the field. And part of that is Ryan Tannehill's ability to run, to get in the open field and make a play with his legs when nothing is there. That didn't happen Sunday. And I think a big part of it is because of the play calling. Phone lines are open. 737-7767 is the number. We can continue our conversation about the Titans. We can also move into some college football as well. Stay tuned. This is SportsLine on News Channel 5+.